Start. I've started recording on here. The mic is going. If you don't already know what's going on, please get cozy with me. We're gonna get cozy and learn stuff because it's my favorite thing to do ever, and I need to share it with the world. I need to share with the world my coziness, my attention to detail perhaps, and just the things that I've learned along this crazy path that we call life. I'm not the most experienced out here, but let me tell you, I've had some experiences. My journey to self-discovery has been tumultuous, to say the least. Honestly, it's been the best thing that I've ever done. Opening myself up to be known by my own self has truly changed my life, and I recommend it to everyone. It's not an easy process, and it's not simple, and it's not like, here's where you start, and here's the next step. But it's absolutely worth it. I guess my dream really is to just have a community of people who are on the same journey, on similar journeys, and who want to support each other. So we're thinking long term here. Thanks for being here anyway. I don't know how you got here. I don't know how this message has found you, but if it has, there's a reason it has. This one's going to be a little bit more of an intuitive video. The other night, I was totally inspired, and I started writing out ideas for long form videos. Just out of thin air, I just started writing down what I would want to talk about, and well, look at this. Over 100 ideas of things to talk about in my long form videos. So clearly I have a lot to say, and I'm really excited about that because for a long time I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel and do social media and talk about things, but I never felt ready. And I'm glad I listened to my intuition in that, because if I had started this earlier, I just know that I would have come at it from a different perspective, and I value the perspective that I have now, and I do have compassion for the perspective that I used to have, but I'm glad that I didn't make internet videos at that time. Do I talk to that camera? I mean, obviously I have to talk to this camera, but then would this shot even ever make sense to me? It's fine. This is we're rolling with the punches here, okay? So I'm just gonna pick a number that feels good, and I'm gonna talk about that topic. That's how we're gonna do this video. So the number I choose, I very intensely got a 76. So if you thought of a number and that might have been it, thank you for sending me that from the future. Let's see what 76 is all about. Ooh, okay, I actually really like this one. This is 3 things you need to make it in anything. And then I wrote down the 3 things. Should I just tell you, or do we need to talk about it? We're gonna talk about it, okay. I had this thought the other day, probably when I was scrolling or something, but I was just thinking about the fact that a lot of people are just inconsistent. They say that they want to do something, and then when it comes to actually doing it, it's very difficult, and they just don't keep up with it. The thing that I was thinking about when I was thinking about this concept was making content, and how it's really difficult to keep up with consistently making content. It's not easy. But if you do, there's a high likelihood that you will succeed. This is the same in most fields, in most careers, in making money, in anything that you truly want. Your first barrier is consistency. If you actually want it, then you can create a process and create goals and consistently take action to reach those goals. And if you don't have that, then, I mean, there's just no way you're gonna get what you want, unfortunately. The next thing you need, though, and these go beautifully hand in hand, because you can't be consistent at something if you're not aligned. You need alignment. You need to truly be in alignment with your higher purpose so that you can understand what action you even want to take, what you want to pursue, what career you want to go after. Also, when you have that alignment, it allows consistency to come a lot more effortlessly. When you're not aligned, it's so difficult to be consistent. It's so easy to procrastinate when it's something that you don't really feel like you need to be doing. And that's where I think our intuition, especially as women, come in. If we just drop in and sit and ask our body how it's feeling while we think about this concept, this goal that we have, this thing that we want to create, our body will instantly tell us. It will respond. It will either say, hey, yeah, go for it. And you will feel that alignment in your body, in your soul, in your stomach, in your arms, in your legs, the tinglings. You'll feel that that's the right direction. Or your body will clearly tell you that it's not. And you just have to listen. You must listen to your body. That's the second thing, alignment. And the third thing you need is desire to grow. Consistency, alignment, and desire to grow are the 3 things you need in order to make it in anything that you want. Now, the desire to grow perspective comes in because in order to grow at anything, you have to want to. You can't grow if you think you know everything already. You can't become better at something if you already think that you're the best. So when you're aligned, you know what you need to do, You're able to consistently put in effort to get closer to your goals, and you have that burning desire to grow as an individual, to be more connected to source, to be more connected to self, to be more connected to the collective. I mean, the success is inevitable, baby. I want to do a little game so that you can test this framework and think about a couple of things that you tried to achieve last year, maybe things that you failed at. Were you consistent in it? Were you aligned in it? And did you really want to grow in what you were doing? And I can almost guarantee you that you're going to, either you're going to say no, 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 yes, no, yes, yes. One of them is going to be a no. And this can also be a beautiful framework for you to use when you have an idea, when you have a plan, a goal. You can check in. Is this something that I want to show consistency to? Is this something that I really want to dedicate my time consistently to achieving this? It doesn't have to be every day. It can be every week. It can be every other week. It can be once a month. But do I want to put in that consistency? And then what level of consistency does that look like? Then you can ask yourself, is this aligned? And I already gave you the way to just check in with your body and be sure that it is aligned. But you can ask in any way. You can ask for a sign. You can journal about it. You can pray about it. Whatever method works for you, make sure you're aligned. And then the third, could you spend hours and hours and hours learning about this thing? Do you have the desire to not only grow in your knowledge, but to grow the collective knowledge around this subject? Are you curious? Do you want to know? Does it make you excited to learn new things about this? I think it's so important for us to keep that growth mindset around everything and anything, because you and I both know when we're talking to someone who thinks they know everything about a subject, it's just frustrating. You can't have a conversation with them because they're just listening to respond to you instead of listening to understand your perspective. And if they already have a set perspective on what we're talking about, then it's just no fun because they're not willing to expand and grow and change and evolve their perspective. So yeah, there it is. If you want to make it in anything in life at all you need is these 3 things. It's a simple framework. Could be a good journaling prompt. The birds are insane. They're so beautiful. Hello. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment below. I like to talk to people. I really appreciate you being here. I made this channel because these are videos that I would have wanted to have when I was younger. And I am a firm believer in creation. So go out there and create something. It'll make you feel better, I promise.